They declared her dead. The machines went silent. And the world's most powerful billionaire was gone. But then, a poor single dad did something no doctor dared to try. He stayed. He believed. He refused to say goodbye. And what happened next shocked the entire hospital. And changed both of their lives forever. Stay till the end. Because this is not just a story about survival. It is a story about a miracle that built an empire. Before we dive into this incredible story, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss our powerful, life-changing content. I remember the smell of antiseptic. Cold like fear sitting in my chest. Machines blinked around her. Each sound reminding me how close I was to losing everything. They called her a billionaire. I called her my reason to breathe. Doctors stood in silence. Eyes heavy with defeat. She is gone, one of them said. Like it was just another sentence. But I saw her fingers. Still. Yet not empty. I was just a poor single dad. Tired hands, worn shoes. A heart that refused to quit. She found me when I had nothing. Fed my son when I had no food. Believed in me. When the world walked away. So I sat beside her. Not as a savior. Just as a man who owed love. I held her hand. Warmth barely there. I whispered every memory. Every promise. Every dream she planted in me. Hours passed. Nurses stopped watching. The room felt like goodbye. Then. Her finger moved. Just a little. But enough to shake my soul. Monitors flickered. A weak pulse returned. The same doctors who gave up. Rushed back in shock. And in that moment. I realized something deeper than money. Something she had taught me. Long before this night. That real wealth is not built in boardrooms, but in the hearts we refuse to abandon. And as her eyes slowly tried to open, fighting through darkness, I leaned closer, holding my breath, waiting for her to say my name. Her lips trembled, barely parting. A fragile breath escaped, like a whisper returning from the edge. My heart pounded so loud. I thought it would wake the whole hospital. Stay, she murmured. Just one word. Soft. Broken. Alive. Tears blurred my vision. But I did not let go. I am here, I said. Voice shaking. Soul steady. The doctors circled back. Their disbelief hanging in the air. Charts were checked again. Voices lowered. They called it impossible. I called it her strength. Days passed. Slow as winter nights. I never left her side. Not for food. Not for sleep. My son would sit quietly. Holding her other hand. Like he understood. This was where miracles lived. Then one morning. Sunlight slipped through the blinds. Painting her face in gold. Her eyes opened fully. This time. They did not struggle. They searched. And they found me. A faint smile touched her lips. The kind that once built empires. Out of nothing. You stayed, she whispered. I nodded. Unable to speak through the weight. Of everything we had survived. But something in her gaze changed. Stronger. Deeper. As if she had seen something beyond life itself. Her fingers tightened around mine. Not weak anymore. Determined. And in that quiet moment. I felt it. A shift. Not just in her. But in everything we were about to become. Her grip grew firmer. Like life itself was returning with purpose. The room felt different now. Not like a place of endings, but beginnings waiting to rise. She looked at my son. Her eyes soft, shining with something deeper than gratitude. He never left either, did he? I shook my head. He believes in you, the same way you believed in us. Her chest lifted with a stronger breath. Not fragile anymore. Fighting. Days turned into weeks. She learned to walk again. One step at a time. Each step heavier than gold. I stayed close. But never asked for anything. Not money. Not promises. Because what she gave me once was already everything. Then one evening, as the city lights flickered outside her window, she handed me a file. Thick. Heavy. Life-changing. I built an empire, she said. Voice calm but powerful. But I almost lost my soul building it. My hands trembled. As I opened the first page. My name. Printed in bold. I looked up, confused. This is yours now, she said. I stepped back. I am not a billionaire. She smiled gently. No, but you are something greater. The silence that followed felt louder than any storm. My mind raced. Fear. Responsibility. Doubt. And then she leaned closer. Her voice steady, certain. I did not come back from death to live the same life again. Her eyes locked into mine, holding a truth I was not ready to face. And neither did you.
My breath caught, heavy with a truth I could not escape. I do not know how to run an empire, I said, my voice honest, almost breaking. She did not look away. That is why you must. Silence wrapped around us, thick with meaning. She placed her hand over mine again, steady, grounding. You know hunger. You know loss. You know what it means to be unseen. Each word hit deeper than any wealth ever could. Money without heart destroys, she said softly, but you build with it. My son looked up at me, his small eyes filled with quiet hope. In that moment, I saw everything clearly. Not the towers, not the billions, but the people who needed someone who remembered where they came from. I exhaled slowly, fear still there, but something stronger rising. Purpose. I will not be you, I said. A faint smile touched her lips. I do not want you to be. The city outside kept moving, unaware that my life had just turned forever. I signed the first page, my hands shaking, but my heart certain. And as the pen left the paper, she whispered something that changed everything again. There is one condition. My head lifted, pulse quickening. Her eyes held mine, serious now. This empire was never meant to be mine alone. I leaned closer, heart steady now, ready to understand. She took a slow breath, strength fully returned. It belongs to every life it can change. Those words settled deep inside me. Not power. Not control. But purpose. Months passed. The empire transformed. Boardrooms turned into spaces of hope. Profits turned into opportunities. We built schools where there was none. Homes where there was despair. I walked through streets I once struggled to survive in. But this time, I brought change with me. She stood beside me, not above, but equal. My son smiled brighter each day, growing up not in wealth, but in meaning. And one evening, as the sun painted the sky in gold, I looked at her and realized she did not just save my life, she gave it direction. I was never meant to just rise, I was meant to lift others with me. Because true success is not measured by how high you climb, but by how many hands you refuse to leave behind.